The good life, full of fun.
Hey guys, welcome to my kitchen. Another exciting day in my kitchen. What are we making? You know what we're making because you clicked on the video. We're making chicken marsala, and I'm going to tell you what, this is awesome. It's simple, it's fast, it's fun, it's easy, but it is delicious. It's going to be that creamy, rich, smooth, silky Marsala sauce from the wine from a village, originally named our Marsala wine, from a village in Sicily, and that's where this dish originated from, and that's obviously an ingredient that we're going to use in the dish. So let me go over the ingredients with you. We're going to hit it fast. It's fun, it's exciting, and like I said, it's going to be really delicious. So what do we got going on? First off, obviously chicken marsala. We're going to pop some chicken in here. So I got about 1.5 pounds of chicken, just to give you a heads up. And what I did is I pounded those out in a cutlet. I'll show you real quick how to do that fast with one piece that I got left there. I got about 1.5 cups of flour, and I put it in a dish because we're going to actually dredge the chicken right in the flour. We're going to season it with some salt and pepper. I'll show you how to do that. We got 4 tablespoons of butter. We've got some parsley for a little finish. We've got 1 cup of chicken stock. We have got about 1.5 to 2 cups of what I use today is portobello mushrooms. You can use all different types of mushrooms if you want, but I'm going to use a portobello. I love portobello. It's a heavier, thicker mushroom. It keeps a little bit of its shape. It's got a little bit of a meaty flavor. That's why I used it. We're going to use Marsala wine. We're going to use about 1/2 cup, give or take, of Marsala wine, and we're going to use that to deglaze as well as add that delicious flavor. I've got a sweet Marsala. Make sure you get the true Marsala from Sicily, if possible, at your liquor store, okay? We ended up getting that from Casanova Liquors right here. My buddy Hans always hooks us up. I want to give a shout out to Hans. One of my buddies up there always helps us out in our cooking videos. We've got 1/2 small yellow onion. I like the yellow because it's got a little bit more, you know, that forget about it kick, okay? We've got 1.5 cloves of garlic. We have got 1.5 sprigs of thyme, fresh thyme, and then I've got a little bit more than 1/2 of a stem, if you will, of rosemary. I diced it up nice and tight. We've got salt, pepper. Obviously, we've got to use some olive oil. What do we got here? Obviously, we're going to use our Vito and Joe's. How you doing? Extra virgin olive oil. For you guys that don't know, I own a villa in Italy, and we make our own olive oil. So one of the best true extra virgin olive oils you can buy on the market. It's absolutely delicious. It's an Ogliari variety of olive. Grows right on the hills of Puglia. It's grassy, earthy, peppery. Man, I'll tell you, that stuff is good stuff. So we're going to jump ahead and get started here. I'm going to start with just prepping that chicken really quick. We're going to get the pan going, and this thing's going to move along pretty fast. Talk to you guys in a minute. All right, guys, real quick, just to show you how to pat these down, just a real quick trick here, my food lovers, Italian food lovers. All right, I've got a piece of chicken breast, and what I'm going to do is just take it with some saran wrap, okay? And that just saves it from, you know, splattering on you. You can always use a towel to go right over the top if you have to, okay? And then you're just going to take a tenderizer, and then you're going to give it a couple of shots, okay? See how nice and thin that is? Isn't that beautiful? So we're going to take that thin chicken cutlet, and we're going to sear it. All right, so I've got about 1.5 cups here of flour, so I'm going to take some salt. I'm going to take about 1 tablespoon of salt, and then I'm going to take some fresh ground black pepper. Just do a nice quick stir here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to meet you guys over at the stove, and we're going to start making some chicken marsala. How's that sound? I'll talk to you guys in a minute. All right, guys, here we go. So I'm going to add some oil. I got the pan on medium, but I want that oil hot. I want it to sear it when I dredge it. Okay, so I want to get this hot first, so we're going to let that go for a couple minutes here. And then once that melts and gets nice and hot, we'll dredge it and pop it right in. So I'm going to take that chicken, right, and I'm going to, which has already been seasoned, I already seasoned it, right? So I'm going to get it coated right in the flour. I want a nice coat on it, okay? I don't want to just light. I want a nice, solid coat. So I've got the chicken right in the pan. And again, I don't want to just saute it. I want to get it crispy on the outside. So I want it hot. And it's so tender. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful already? And it's going to cook fast. See how it's just starting to get a little brown on there? Isn't that beautiful? All right, guys, it's been a couple of minutes. I just want to show you how beautiful that looks. You see that brown, beautiful, golden on the outside and the inside, because it was hot on the searing temp, the inside is still nice and tender. So I'm going to plate all that. I'm going to put them in the oven about 200, 250 degrees. And now I'm going to turn the heat down. I'm going to pop this in the oven. All right, guys, so I've got all the pan's hot. I got all those bits. I don't want everything to burn. So I'm going to put my garlic and my onion, because they're going to take a little longer. Usually the onion takes a little bit longer to break down. So I just want to get those to break down a little bit. I don't want to add any moisture to it yet. If it's real dry, you can always add a little bit more olive oil or butter. But mine's perfect right now. I got the oil in there, it's great. You got all those little bits in there. So I'm gonna let this go just for a few minutes, about 3 minutes. I want the onions to get nice and translucent along with the garlic. Keep it stirring, don't brown it. Okay guys, so we're ready to go here. We're just starting to brown. Those bits are not the onion or garlic. Those are the bits of the chicken and breading and the oil. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add my Marsala, okay? So I'm gonna take about half of a cup. Woo, that's what I'm talking about. And that's a sweet Marsala, okay? So now I've got a, oh, that smells good. Oh man, that smells awesome. And that's really what's gonna give you that traditional, that flavor that you're looking for the sauce, okay? So I'm gonna just get that. And what I wanna do is you're gonna see here the pan, I'm deglazing it. I wanna get every little bit of morsel of crunch, if you will, off the side. I'll tell you, it smells good in here. You know what I'm gonna do, just for the hell of it? I'm gonna add a little bit more Marsala wine. Oh yeah. Oh, smells so good. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add my cup of chicken stock, okay? And then I'm gonna add my thyme, my rosemary, and then I'm gonna add my mushrooms, okay? And now essentially what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let that reduce. Now it's gonna reduce quickly because like I said, you've essentially got a roux in there. So everything's gonna basically come down. It'll thin just a minute. The mushrooms will give off a little bit of moisture, at which point it'll take about 10 minutes to reduce. All right guys, so it's been about 10 minutes. See how that sauce is getting nice and thick? And it's starting to coat the bottom. Oh, does that look great? So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take that chicken and I'm gonna put the chicken in quick and I'm just gonna get it married in that sauce. All right guys, how you doing? Hey, so we wanna do a nice, whoa, stuff's so fresh it's jumping out of the pan. So I'm gonna try to arrange it. You know, it's something that's, you know, presentable, looks nice. So I always like to do it in a nice little row here. And then, best part, you're gonna take that sauce. Look at that Marsala sauce, isn't that just fantastic? You got it plated, you get a little parsley, hit it over the top, maybe off to the side here a little. Bon appetito, huh? Does that look absolutely awesome or what? I'm gonna grab a beautiful piece off the top. I'll tell you, that's good. And my favorite part. I'm gonna tell you, see how tender that chicken is? I mean, you can just hit it with your fork. You don't even need a knife. And I just want to grab some of that mushroom and sauce, which is all over the plate. You can smell that Marsala, you know, that traditional, characteristic flavor of the incentive, the aroma of the wine. Oh. Oh, that is so good. Oh, it's creamy without adding the cream. You know, there's different varieties of this where you have the cream. You got the hint of the thyme, a hint of the rosemary, the onion, the garlic, but you know, it's in the backdrop. You got the tenderness of the chicken, and it's just got that little caramelization. Guys, thanks so much for tuning in for a delicious, simple, easy, beautiful tasting Marsala chicken recipe. Don't forget to grab yourselves a couple bottles of olive oil on the website or on Amazon. Don't forget to spend some time with your family in the kitchen. Celebrate your heritage, set some traditions. Until next week, guys, mwah! Bon appetito.
It's the good life.